So now, in this video, we're going to build this circuit right here. So it's based on an NPN bipolar junction transistor wired as an emitter follower. Our load is going to be this LED. I call it a module. It's just an LED with a current limiting resistor on a heat sink. It has a couple pads where you can solder wires onto there. The wires do not come on it right away. So I recommend just spending a little bit more money, get something like this with the wires. But any case, that's is if you want them. It's kind of a pain to solder them. I'd rather just spend a little more money. But you do whatever you want. So any case, we got a 2N2222. A 2N3904 should work with this, but this can handle 3 times as much current, up to a maximum of 600 milliamps of current, the 2N2222, versus the 200 milliamps of current of a 2N3904. So I think this is better for loads that need, this is close to 100 milliamps of current that it needs. So we have the left pin is the emitter, middle pin is the base, and then right pin is the collector. We want the collector on top, so I can swivel it that way right there. And we have that pin layout. We put the collector directly to the positive supply. So we don't want current limited on the collector side. We want it all limited on the emitter side. Doing so will make it so that the emitter voltage is about 0.6 volts less than the base voltage. And it doesn't depend on drawing current from the base. Just a little current has to trickle through. Instead, the collector will conduct better the more higher the voltage is right here, making it ultimately so you get about 0.6 volts less down there. Now we have the on the emitter side 10K resistor right here. You can probably get away without using this resistor. Most of my circuits you don't need it, but every once in a while something will confuse the emitter to where ground is, and then you'll get a different voltage. It will throw off both voltages there. So having like this LED drop about 3 volts, especially needing this high current, there's actually a good chance maybe it will throw that off. But with the 10K resistor, we always have a path to ground that it should sense where ground is right there, and should do a pretty good job of not affecting the base current. So we're going to attach our load. So again, this has a heat sink on there, current limiting resistor, and an LED, and I soldered the wires on there. If you know, you don't want to do soldering, you should be able to find LEDs like this with wires already attached. It's probably not all that much more expensive. So we got that there. Now we come to controlling this. So the power is off right now, and the okay, it's on. We're not getting that slight glow now. So earlier I was getting a slight glow from that, and there we go. I can give it with my finger right there. Signals from my finger get a slight glow. So I don't know why it's not doing that. I'm reshooting this scene. I was expecting a slight glow, but it's on off, or it's off completely right now because we're not getting a slight glow. If we put the resistor to the high side, it turns on fully, and then on the low side, that helps make sure it stays off right there. And so we come back to the circuit. I'm going to turn the power off. You should have the power off while you're wiring this up. So this is going to be a pull-up resistor. So it's trying to keep the transistor on, and the I turn the power off. The exact value doesn't really matter other than for sensitivity. Keep that in mind. And now we got the light-dependent resistor. So it's going to be fighting the pull-up resistor. Pull-up resistor wants to turn it on. More light means the light-dependent resistor will turn it off, and then less light means that the transistor will turn on, because the light-dependent resistor is it's not pulling the voltage down very much as it gets darker. And for some reason it doesn't feel like it wants to go in. Do not force. It's kind of bending the wire. So I bent it in the opposite direction. Hopefully it'll slide in more easily. So there you go. Do not fight those pins. Don't just cram them in the slots. The clips right there, they're easy to bend out of shape, and then they don't work very well. But yeah, that's it. We're done building that. I explained why, and I turned the power on. Slight glow because we have enough light. Get it darker, and that LED gets brighter. As I said before, if we get it dark enough, we're pretty close to 100 milliamps of current right there. These get really hot pretty quickly. So I would not grab that if it was sitting around a while. But yeah, there you can see how much current it gets if I go directly to the rail right there. Quite a bit. That's really close to the maximum of a 2N2222. And this was just starting to get a little warm. There we go. We'll put it back. Turn the power back on. Again, faint glow unless we get it dark enough. So that's a step-by-step build for those that like the step-by-step builds.